I'm ElyJoz, and you are now in tune to Mind Clarity. Today we'll be talking about how you can integrate the school system or the school experience into the real world. I'm only going to talk about the things that came to mind because if I tell you literally everything that correlates from the school system to the real world, this video will be too long. But if you understand the things that I'm about to say, you can use that same understanding into other aspects. If you can understand the correlation between the things that I'm about to speak on, you can use that same understanding into other aspects or to other sections in school or into the real world. And by you doing that, you will start making your own realization, or you will start coming to your own conclusion with things, or you will start correlating things on your own. You just have to use the understanding you gain from this into other things in your life or into other sections or into other subjects. First, I'm going to talk about how if you're misguiding yourself or if you're unaligned, it's just like skipping class. If you're skipping class and you're not in the class you're supposed to be, you're unaligned. You're misguiding yourself, and eventually you will get caught and you will be penalized. If you're skipping class, that means you're not on schedule. You're not in the class you're supposed to be. You're not following the directions that is placed for you. Just like in the real world, if you're misguiding yourself, you're not where you're supposed to be. And soon you will get penalized. You could get away from skipping class from time to time. You could get away from being misguided from time to time or being online from time to time, but eventually you will get caught and you will get penalized. In school, you read and you learn and you apply what you learn. In the real world, you experience things, you examine what you experience, you learn from your experience, and you apply what you learn. In school, if you don't apply what you learn, you will not pass. In the real world, if you don't apply what you learned from past experiences, you will not move on from life. You will be stuck in the same grade, or you'll be stuck in the same phase, or the same mentality, or the same stage in life. In school, you get tested, and if you're not focused in learning, you repeat the same class. In the real world, the universe sends you a test, and if you're not focused in learning, you're going to repeat the same lessons. If you're not learning from your past lessons, you're going to keep repeating the same lessons. If you do not learn from your past classes, you're going to keep repeating the same classes. In school, if you do not pass all your classes, you don't graduate. In the real world, if you're not fully aligned, if you're not fully devoted, if you're not fully focused, and you're not fully determined, you're not going to reach your goals. You're not going to graduate life. The same way you got to pass all your classes to graduate is the same way you got to pass all your lessons in life to graduate or to reach your goals. It's the same way you got to be fully aligned, because if you're not fully aligned, you're not going to reach your dreams. You can pass 5 classes, but if you fail 2, you're not going to graduate. It's the same way in the real world. If you're not fully aligned, you're not going to reach your goals or your dreams. You have to pass all your classes to graduate, and you have to be fully aligned, and you have to pass all your lessons in life to graduate life or to reach your goals or dreams. If you do not pass the class, you repeat it. It's the same way. If you do not learn the lesson, you will keep facing the same problem. In school, if you hang out with the bad kids, eventually you will become bad. In the real world, if you hang out with the bad kids, eventually you will become bad. In the real world, they say you are the company you keep around. So that's just like in school. In school, if you was a good kid, but you hang around bad kids, you're going to end up being bad. And it might not be the same level as the other people around you, so you might feel okay. You might start doing sneaky things. You might start being a little bad, but you're going to feel like you're good enough because the people you hang around is bad. So like I said, it might not be on the same level as the people you're around, but eventually you will be influenced, or eventually their negativity will seep into your positivity, and you will start feeling like it's okay to be bad, or it's okay to do a little sneaky here, a little sneaky there, or it's okay to do a little bad deed there, or to do a little evil here. In school, your teacher gives you multiple warnings or multiple signs that if you don't stop what you're doing, you're going to be punished. In the real world, the universe sends you signs. Your spirit guide sends you signs. If you do not follow those signs, if you do not listen, you're going to receive bad karma, or you're going to receive a bad reaction from the actions you took beforehand. If you do not listen to your teacher when they say stop doing that, or else I'm going to have to punish you, and you just keep going, you're going to be punished. In the real world, if you don't listen to the universe, or if you don't listen to your spirit guides or your God, when it tells you don't do that, or don't go that way, or don't indulge yourself in that, or you're going to be punished by the bad reaction you get from the actions you just did. In school, when you don't know the answer to a test, you use your gut, or you ask yourself, what do I feel like the answer is? Like, what answer seems more right to me, you know? In the real world, you use your intuition to guide you when you don't know where to go. You ask your intuition or you ask your gut, like, what do I do? Or what is the answer? Is it yes or is it no? Do I start this? Do I start that? In school, when you don't know what to do, you ask your gut or you ask your feelings or you ask your emotions. In the real world, it's the same thing. When you don't know what to do, you ask your gut or you ask your intuition or you ask your spirit. In school, you get suspended for doing something you wasn't supposed to do. In the real world, you receive karma, or the universe puts you in a phase of turmoil because you did not listen and you got caught doing something you wasn't supposed to do. You know, a lot of people do something and they feel like they got away with it, but soon they get into a phase where it's straight turmoil or it's straight negativity, and they're like, damn, is the universe or is God doing this to me because I did that in the past? Probably. You know, karma never misses you. So the same way you can get suspended in school is the same way the universe or your God will put you in a phase on purpose of negativity to let you know if you keep moving foul, this will keep happening. In school, you're going to keep getting suspended if you keep doing the same thing. Just like in the real world, the universe or your God is going to keep putting you in bad phases or negative phases in life until you learn the lesson. Until you're like, I'm going to stop doing whatever that I was doing that got me into this phase. You really have to listen and follow directions in school, and you really have to listen and follow directions in the real world, because every action comes with a reaction. Karma never misses you. You think you got away with something, but once you get into a bad phase in your life, the first thing that comes to mind is like, is this happening because of what I did in the past? You're 100% right. The same way you get suspended from school is the same way the universe will put you in a time period of negativity or in turmoil because you didn't listen and follow directions. In school, the more you force yourself into the crowd, the more you will feel like you're out of place, or you will feel like you're not yourself. In the real world, the more you try to fit into crowds or try to be somebody you're not just to be cool or just to be accepted, the more you would feel like you don't belong there, or the more you would feel like you're not yourself. The more you would feel like something is missing. And the only thing that's missing is your authenticity. The only thing that's missing is your unique self, your unique being, your unique personalities, or your unique character traits. But you're not going to get that if you're forcing yourself into the crowd. If you're changing yourself to fit in, you're always going to feel like you don't belong there. And the more you fight the feeling, the harder it gets, the heavier it gets. In school, if you do not study for a test, you will fail. In real life, if you do not do the proper preparations, you will fail in life. The same way in school, you have pop-up quizzes or pop-up tests, or your teacher is going to randomly test you on the things you're supposed to learn. It's the same way in the real world. You will be randomly tested on the things you're supposed to learn. You will be randomly tested on your preparation. Let's see if you're really doing the work or you're just playing around. Your God is always going to test you randomly to see if you're really doing the work. Like I said, if I would have told you everything, this video would be too long. I'm trying to make it as short as possible so you can take what you learned here and apply it to your life. You know, and you start making your own realizations and make your own correlations and make your own connections. You know, you connect the dots. But yeah, like I said, if you understand these couple of things, or if you have a slight understanding of it, you can apply it to other things in your life and to other sections of your life. And soon you will start making your own realizations and you'll make your own connections and your own correlations. And soon you're going to have moments like, this is just like this, or this is just like that. So if you understood these couple of things, you can definitely apply it to a couple of other things. But I'm ElyJoz. I'm grateful you allowed me to clear a part of your brain today. Peace and prosperity to you all. I'm out.